Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready for the world's strongest Siegfrund? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the world's strongest Siegfrund the Nephilim. That's the crown jewel of my account. We're going to take him into some live arena and have a blast today, and you guys can let me have it. You can be the judge. Critique my Siegfrund. Is he really the world's strongest, or am I just clickbaiting you guys?
The second one?
More important matters are at hand at the top of this video, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not comment baiting you, I promise. I'm genuinely curious because I was just looking at my clanmates, right? Go to the member section. I wish they had a little bit more info here. Just their activity, their clan XP earned. That's about it. And then the arena. I wish they had a little bit more. They have player power. But anyway, I was just looking through. You know what actually needs to be way better than the clan thing, though? Is the Siege info, man. Like, I feel like they could do a lot better with the UI of Siege. Anyway, I digress. I was looking at the avatars and the frames. I expected everybody to be rocking Ninja Turtles. As a matter of fact, what are you rocking right now for an avatar in a frame? I think that probably 70% of you guys are rocking Ninja Turtles. Am I right? Am I right? I was actually surprised, though, looking through my clan here, right? We have some Predator, we got some Ninja Turtles here, some April, Cheshire Cats. We've got look at Sato rocking a sniper. Rocking a sniper. We got Gwendolyn, Feral. Tis the season, right, Shadow? Tis the season. Junebug and rocking some Skeletor. Alice on D-Light. Yeah, so interesting. Oh, look at this. Curly Q trying to tease me with Queen of Hearts. Oh, man, still one of my most wanted Void champions out there in the game. Anyway, I want it to be different, right? You kind of want to be a little different or be new, you know? Do you want to be unique or you want to be fresh off the, you just got this avatar? So I'm going with, I think this is one that not many people have out there, right? Hopefully you guys can say, yes, Ash, you're right. Whirlum Frost King from the first Battle Pass. This was the one where you get champions, Frozen Banshee and the bears and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people have that one, so that's going to be my Christmas theme. I think I'm going to rock it, but I'm going to let you guys vote because important matters. We're democracy here on Ash Raid Shadow Legends. So I'm going to let you guys vote in my community tab. You can choose. Should I rock Predator? Whirlum? Should I go back to the guy that I rocked for 150 years, and that is Cardial? Or should I go off the beaten path? Let me give you one more choice. I know this is enthralling content. You guys are on the edge of your seats. Oh my God, I didn't know he was gonna open with this. This is exciting stuff. Maybe I'll just throw in a rando. How about that? Should I just go, is this Conqueror? I think he is. Conqueror will be my fourth choice. I really do love Skeletor, though. I don't know, something about that one. But for now, we'll go back to Whirlum Frost King. That's what we're gonna leave it as unless you guys tell me otherwise. All right, I'm rocking my frame for top 100 live arena season finish that actually looks pretty freaking lame. Sometimes you do accomplishments in this game, and then and then whatever the reward is, even if it's cosmetic, you're like, that's it? That's it? Or sometimes you achieve something in this game, you're like, dude, there's no badge for that? There's nothing for that? That being said, though, I only really started to care about badges as of like this year. Maybe I lost interest in everything else. I'm like, what else can I spend money for in this stupid game? Badges. I did earn, by the way, I shared it on my community tab, but I haven't updated you all. I did finally get my top dog badge, excuse me. Earned by taking first place in the global tournament of any tournament, leaderboard, excuse me, of any tournament. So I won Ice Golem, a freaking Ice Golem tournament. Nobody cares about Ice Golem tournaments. That was the trick. Find a tournament that nobody actually is participating on. Anyway, here it is. My world's strongest Siegfrund the Nephilim. I mean, I think he's a top 3 champion in the game overall, period. It depends. Like, this is a stupid, pointless endeavor and exercise here, picking the top 3. But if I had to choose to start my account with any champions in the game, I'd probably go with Siegfrund or Star Sage. I'd probably go with another mythical, honestly, just because of how rare and how hard to get they are. But maybe outside, pretending you couldn't get anybody, I might just put Marius in the same freaking conversation in case you miss my top 40 legendary champions in the game updated list. Well, Marius was pretty high up. I'll let you watch the video to find out where. Anyway, Siegfrund the Nephilim, man. This dude, so I've tried so many different builds on Siegfrund. And when I got Siegfrund, he changed my account in big ways, more than I anticipated. Actually, when I got him, he sucked. They gave him a huge buff, right? A huge buff. Probably one of the biggest buff they ever given any champion in the game. They made him this mediocre crap mythical to one of the best mythicals, one of the best attack-based champions, if not the best attack-based champion in all of Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I'm not going to go over his entire kit, but I will go over a couple important things. On his A2, it resets the cooldown of all of his skills if the attack kills 2 or more enemies. That makes him one of the best wave clearers in the game. On his A3, this is the hardest hitting attack-based ability in the game with a surplus damage off the kill. And then, unlike every other mythical in the game, you can't switch forms on Siegfrund the Nephilim. You have to wait till everybody on your team, except for him, is dead. And then he automatically switches forms to where, it's a shame, to where the best, and for my money, the best character designed in all of Raid Shadow Legends aesthetically is right here. The alternate form of Siegfrund the Nephilim. I mean, I just need to get this up on the index because it is so freaking pretty. I want to admire it with you guys. And you know me, I'm a sucker for a beautiful set of wings. And holy macaroni, this dude has them. But jokes aside, man, the flamings, I mean, this design right here, I don't know what it might just be me, but it does it for me, man. Anyway, AoE on the A1 that actually smacks and heals, right? A cleanse, a block debuffs, an AoE revive with the block damage, and this happens after everybody else is dead. And the fact that he actually ends up being the last man alive more often than you think, especially against players who don't know in the arena that he has this ability, because he has the beautiful fail-safe block damage built in, so you don't need to build him with Stone Skin. We always look at this, Cheshire Cat and plenty of other attack-based champions, but we really love when they have some sort of survivability mechanism built into their otherwise squishy champion kit as well. Stay the Blade is basically, he's about to get hit by a fatal hit, blocks that incoming damage, plays up block damage on this champion for 2 turns, then heals him by 50% of their max HP and fills his turn meter by 100%, okay? That's nasty. That's nasty. Rage of the Nephilim is an ignore 50% of target's defense ability, so it opens up the builds even more because, and masteries for that matter. Let's talk about it really quickly on the build. I've tried slow builds, I've tried fast builds, but I've realized one thing about Siegfrund. I used to have his attack with this freaking build, +4 empowered, fully awakened, you know, like he's the real deal here. I used to have him built with like well over 10,000, creeping up on 11,000 attack, right? And I can still do that, but I have to get his speed down to around 300 to do that with my gear. And honestly, he already hits hard enough. My man has 389 crit damage, you know, which I could get higher if I wanted to too. But I decided to prioritize speed. 300 was fine, but I wanted 350, and I got it on Siegfrund. Did have to make some sacrifices. So even end game great gear, you always have to, you know, consider, do I want super fast or do I want a little slower but can really pack a punch? Now, sometimes on Siegfrund, in the event dungeons, for example, if I want him to Shuzen one-shot, I'm using a totally different build, right? This is an arena build. It's a particular arena build that I really enjoy. It fits my play style, right? That being said, it's not the only build on Siegfrund. If I want him to hit like an absolute truck, especially in PvE, you know, one-shot boss stuff with the A3, then I go attack percentage with attack percentage on the boots, attack percentage with attack percentage on the chest, like I have right now, crit damage on the gauntlets with crit damage. This is a very unorthodox. It's crazy that I have a piece of gear on a 350 base speed champion, not base speed, but speed champion, that has a no speed substat piece. But man, what I figured with him is, and everybody makes these micro decisions on their accounts as well, right? Doesn't matter where you are in the game. I thought to myself, well, hey, if I put him in a 2-piece speed set, but I picked this piece of gear specifically, 41% crit rate on these damn gauntlets, I thought to myself that it would open up the ability to use all of my fastest gear with really good attack or good attack glyphs, and not have to worry so much about crit rate. That way I could use some more crit damage gear, you know, and work on those stats as well. So that's the sacrifice that I made, and these are all the gear that I have on him here, as you guys can see. Honestly, this Merciless Shield, though, I think we could probably do a little bit better than that. Let's look, and then let's just jump right into the live arena. I go speed high, crit damage medium, crit rate low, attack medium as my priorities here. And I'm going to go Merciless Shield, and of course, he's wearing it. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. We could swap out for a little less speed, a little bit more crit damage here. But at this point, I'm so all in on speed on this dude that, yeah, unfortunately, I guess my Merciless Shields just kind of suck. Because I don't want to sacrifice too much speed, so we're going to keep him as is. I have Cat's Gaze on him, okay? This gives us an 18% ignore defense, attacking enemies with higher max HP. I only have 2 Cat's Gaze on my account. I really wish they'd reintroduce these relics, especially from the Alice campaign, because Cat's Gaze is nasty, and I know some of you guys out there have like 10 of them. Very jealous. I have Cat's Gaze on him and Cat's Gaze on Titus. I have Cat's Gaze on Titus, and those are my only 2 on my account. So anyway, I have for the gemstones, here's what I got. I won't read them all to you guys. And then for a blessing, I have polymorph. For PvE, I definitely go crushing rend, because that's just insane amount of ignore defense, excuse me. But I hate paying the damn, at this point, I hate paying the 200 gems. For me, I've said this 100 times before. I'm sorry to say it again. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here, but I would love the option to have 2 builds for every champion that I don't have to pay gems to switch in between, you know, back and forth. It's kind of ridiculous that 7 years into Raid, this basic feature isn't in there at this point. This quality of life feature, they're still going to charge us. We ought to have a PvP and a PvE build for every champion on our account, especially if they want to encourage us to play more live arena and arena in general, right? Come on. Anyway, I digress. I went polymorph for now. I'm not sure 100% that's my favorite blessing for him. You can see a strange thing here. I'm going with flawless execution. Almost nobody ever goes with flawless execution. I'll tell you why, though. These are the rest of the masteries, too. Why am I going flawless over Helm Smasher? It's because I'm already getting 18% ignore defense plus 35% ignore defense off the 6-piece Merciless. His A3, it already ignores 50% defense. So I'm already clearing 100% ignore defense with that A3, and I want more critical damage, right? He already has 9,000 attack as well. Now, there's nothing wrong with still going with Helm Smasher on a build like this, by the way, because, of course, you can still get that extra ignore defense on the A2. But for me, I want my Siegfrund to pop Stone Skin without Stone Cleaver, without cracking roots, and he can if I prioritize this much attack, this much crit damage, right, with the 100% on the Rage. And that's how I use him. All right, guys, let's stop talking about the damn dude. Man, that intro was about 2 hours longer than I wanted it to be. I can't help myself. I apologize. Asteroth. There we go. He goes Marius, not uncommon. I mean, he is the star of the show, so we're just going to draft him first. Sorry, you're going to get vomiting in your mouth. This might induce nausea, the level of wailing out that we're going to do in this video. I apologize to anybody in advance. Just remember that I did all this 100% free to play. All right, guys, let's go with, so he goes Marius, Siphi, Marichka. Well, obviously, I'm just going to absolutely hammer this dude. You don't draft Siphi that early. Astroth, A-star off. He goes Taurus and he goes Odin. So he's going all out. Void Lego, right? Which I like with the Odin strategy. We're going to go Volcanos. I'm going to ban Marichka, obviously. So he's going to ban my Nell. That's totally fine. We're going to go with Carney. And we have no traditional reviver. We do have Lazarus, who'll be keeping in his base form. In case you're not familiar with all the champions that we use here, I'll tell you a little bit about him along the way, right? Lazarus is a great support champion. He's a great damage dealer as well. Taurus gets sheeped from his fear. That's fantastic. That was Siegfrund. Beautiful. We're going against Marius here, and we don't have Star Sage. We want to look at Siphi's turn meter there, but we're not that worried about it because we have Carnage and we have Volcanos. Now, when Carnage and Volcanos are on the same team, they have the ability, he has the ability, Volcanos, with his burns, to ignore block debuffs. Anyway, we're just going to go into Siphi, and we're going to use our Siegfrund to crack Stone Skin like a mofo. You see what I'm saying? You know what? That's a lousy feeling to be on the other side of an attack like that, isn't it? It's like, dude, I'm good. I still got protection. I'm good. Everything's groovy. Because you don't go into battle against a non-cracking roots Star Sage, Siegfrund, and expect him necessarily to just pop all your Stone Skin. And that's the beauty of the world's strongest Siegfrund. Speaking of Star Sage, let's draft him first. No one goes Siegfrund first 2 picks. there are no great counters to Siegfrund. You know, you do get some block damage. I mean, block damage is your best bet, right? So Naime's, so, you know, I wouldn't say Odin's the best, but he can control him as well. So he's an option, a viable option for sure. Obviously, a block passives like a Carnage, even though, granted, he's Spirit Affinity, so it's not ideal as an option. And again, a Marichka, this is Mr. Pratanus. He's got a Marius and he's got a Marichka. Yeah, we're just going to keep with the same three there. We're going to go all mythical all the time here, right? These are the type of teams that I see on Reddit that people screenshot and they're like, real nice, Plarium. I know. Honestly, I'm not going to... There's a little bit of guilt every time I draft some of these. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just tearing down the fourth wall and being vulnerable to you guys, right? A little bit of guilt sometimes, especially early on in the season when I'm not necessarily always going against other whales. There's a little bit of guilt and I'm like, crap, I don't want to show up on one of those damn Reddit posts screenshotting my damn team being like, nice matchmaking, idiot. What you really don't want to be is on the other side of that equation when he's like, beat this stupid whale who doesn't know how to play the game. That's what you definitely don't want to be on. We're going to hit him with the same combo. Carnage and Volcanos. He went Siffy again, man. People are bringing their Siffies out. Hey, let it hang out. I like it. He's going with a Cock who's very, very viable right now in the meta because he has a strong A3 on his alternate form, so he can be locked out, and he still can be effective. That ignores block damage, also reduces the duration of buffs by 2 turns. Again, we're going to get rid of Marichka. He's probably going to ban Volcanos here, I'd imagine, because it's really the only champion he absolutely can't deal with, and he doesn't. So we're going to repeat the same exact squad and see if we get the same results here. We don't mind if Siffy goes because we have Volcanos. If you're lucky enough to have Volcanos, you probably already know this, but you really want to try to draft Volcanos with another, and look at her turn meter again. Hey, last time it kind of worked out for us going with the A3, but I'm not going to lie, it was an accident. I should have went A2. Because the A3 of Lazarius reduces the enemy's team turn meter, ergo, you get the big fella Marius taking a turn, right? So here we go. The only thing with the Rage of Nephilim, right? The only thing we want to be cognizant of is who has a last laugh, who has an aspect of Siroth, who has a, you know, a fail-safe of any kind, right? So we just want to be cognizant of that, and we want to make sure we avoid those champions. So, like, it's very unlikely that Siffy's probably in a 9-piece protection. That's the popular build for her. But, you know, we kind of want to just be cognizant because it can really ruin your day if you don't get the kill and the surplus damage. So you want to always just be aware. You don't want to attack a Carnage because he's always in Swift Parry, for example, you know, even though he's going to be the guy with the lowest HP, which you'd normally target. So, you know, just something to note. Oh, we're going against Crypto! All right, so I fought, I'm just going to be transparent with you guys. I fought against Crypto probably like 20 times on my account. The #1 player in the game. #1 player in all live arena right now. And I think I beat him twice, or her, twice. We're about like 5% win rate. So here we go. Let's do this. Let's go with Marichka first, because I think Crypto's running. Crypto, first of all, has a 99% win rate in live arena. I think they run in all... okay, at least we've met our whale friend, huh? All right, so they go with a Star Sage and Nice, which is a bummer because I always normally draft Star Sage first. I'm going to go with Speed here. Nice is so tricky because he's... I'm not going to be able to outspeed Crypto. And when I draft Lazarius into Nice, I'm giving him easy fodder to murder me with. So I'm assuming he's just going to ban Marichka. So he goes Nell. I mean, I can pray for Nell to be sheeped the entire battle if I go more polymorph. I already have 2 6-stars. So I think that might be the crazy move here, right? Sometimes when they zig, you zag. They're all mythical, so I can't like play a lockout strategy here. I would draft Embries, but I have no gear on Embries right now. Way to go, Ash. I'm going to go with Marius. So I'm assuming they're going to go with something to stack up the anti-Siffy. So here I have a real decision to make, right? And I'm not even sure if I have freaking gear on Siffy. I was muling it around for Clan Siege, and I wasn't expecting to use Siffy this video. Darn it. So they go with Naime. I think the easy ban is Nell here, but I think I'm going to roll the dice. Because listen, I'm not going to beat damn Crypto, right? And he's going to ban Marichka, obviously. So, or maybe he thinks I'm going to ban Nell and is going to ban somebody else. Okay, he's going to ban Marichka. She's going to ban Marichka. Let's go. Boom, boom. I'm just going to pray that Polymorph kicks in. That's basically my only chance, I think. But I think it's a calculated risk given that I have, you know, 2 6-star Polymorphs on my team. I think it's like, all right, we'll go for it, right? And of course, we get sheeped by a wand or something right out the gate. Going to go ahead and A1 here. I can't go with the A2 of Siffy against Nell. It would just be an instant L. My best bet here is to wait them out a little bit, try to get a hit with Marius. Unfortunately, they're lapping me here. And yeah, I mean, we're done. There we go. Hey, at least we had at least we had a match with Crypto. That's fun. And you know what? It does get rid of my guilt for being the bully, you know, for once in my life. Okay, so I guess in hindsight, what should I have done instead against Crypto? I think I should have just done the obvious thing in ban Nell. At least I'd have a fighting chance. It was a little silly to hope that I was going to get, hindsight being 2020, to hope that I was going to come off and get a million polymorphs well before the stone skin ran off. But I mean, I was going to say never, but we can say never. we can now say never. All right, let's leave the battle. GG's Crypto. Let's take a look here. 95% win rate. Golly. Number one, golly. Number one, even in general, with a 90% win rate in 35,000 battles. I'm at a measly 64 with 5,400. This season, I haven't been playing that well. 71 and 75. Usually in seasons, I can hover around 80 or so % win rate, which I ought to given my account, you know, like, let's be real here. But anyway, it was entertaining to go against Crypto, right? Maybe Crypto, maybe she has other feelings on who has the world's strongest Siegfried. Okay, let's back to reality. I thought that Crypto drafted mainly all like Nels and you know, all poison strat stocks and poison, quick poison combust team. But yeah, man, I should, especially since I'm recording a damn YouTube video, I really should have just banned Nell and not try to get cute with the polymorph. That was stupid. Anyway, here we go. Next battle, Marius Carnage. He's taking my Carnage strategy. But you know what I'm going to do, guys? We're going to go ahead and borrow a page from Crypto, and we're going to draft Nell next, because Nell's one of my favorite champions in the game. Embries, Siegfried, and Nell, those are my 3 favorite of the of mythicals out there, I think. Nell's just so nasty. So nasty. You really, you know, I don't really use her at all, and well, I guess I use her here and there as a debuffer in PvE, excuse me. Let's, you know, I screw this. I was going to go Nell here, but I think the right choice is actually, I want to just keep leaning on passives here with the last 2. I do have some speed on the team. I only have 1 speed aura, though. He has my Carnage, which really stinks. I could go Marichka, and I could go with, you know what, screw it. We'll go Nell. I think right now we're going to be banning Carnage. It has this intimidating presence, as well as block passives, which basically counter my entire team. So Carnage is the easy ban here, and they ban Lazarius. They have some 6-star polymorphs, 1 6-star polymorph and 2 5-stars, I want to say there. So, I mean, I think we got a good shot here with our Nell. We have our Nell in a 4-piece pinpoint and a 4-piece stone skin. All right, so they go first with Siffy, and they are going to certainly A1. What are they doing? Are they just thinking about who to put to sleep? I mean, there's only 1 choice you have here, but it is a polymorph 6-star. You could just burn it on somebody else. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for the A2 and get the instant death on Armans. Hey, I'll take it. But check this out. We got Siegfried, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm just going to go for, I'm going to go for the mayor. I'm going to go for Marius. Boom. There it is. All right, we're back to our winning ways. 1 more battle, guys. I'm pretty excited that we win against Crypto. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited. Doctor from Invictus. I was gonna do Crash Test Dummies, then I realized I can't hum that song. Let me know, guys, please, in the comments if you enjoy live arena this much in one video. It's kind of a lot, but I figured, you know, what better way to highlight Siegfrund, right? I wish I could show you him in the event dungeon because it was pretty nasty. It was the one-shot move. You basically, with Siegfrund, if you can get anybody on the enemy team low enough in health, and then pop that A3, all that surplus just wipes everybody, right? And unlike an enemy max HP ability, it's not capped, right? You can just one-shot people. Kind of a little Miss Annie, we see the same thing kind of on her A3. Anyway, they go Embreeze and Fabian. Let's go, I kind of liked the direction that we were heading earlier with the Carnage. So we'll go with Carnage and Laz. Hopefully Doctor doesn't have a Siegfrund, and they don't. So they go Cometus and Theodosia. We'll go with, obviously, Siegfrund. He is, it's funny, I have to keep reminding myself, this is his video. This is my crown jewel video. We're going to go Siegfrund, and we're going to go with Volcanos because he's so much freaking fun. For those of you who missed it, too, a few days ago, this video I'll show you on the screen right now, even though lovely Osama, my editor, could also put it in there. Okay, so they go Odin last choice here. Let's not overcomplicate this. Let's go for Theodosia. And then I'm going to go Carnage. It was this video. I mentioned this at the opening that nobody watched, so you don't know that I said this, but I like uploading these long videos occasionally because I know that some of you weirdos, like me, enjoy long-form content out there. I really enjoy it, so hopefully some of you guys do as well. All right, guys, can we just straight up pop Stone Skin? Because we didn't remove any. That's a bummer. Here we go. Let's try. So we popped it, but, you know, Fabian's annoying. Let's just block his skills. Let's just block his skills. I am a little worried here, though. We're fine. He's going to go with A2 on base form because we had block debuff, so he couldn't go and bomb me. Let's see if we can get Odin out of the equation, and we can. We'll let Carnage do it. All right, that's cool. I mean, listen, it's never over when Embreeze is on the other team. It's like Sun Wukong. You know, he can change everything in an attack or two. Nice, Embreeze. These are crazy champions. Anyway, as I was saying, this video right here, the new promo code in 28 Eternal Soul Stones, oh my God, I got so lucky on those Soul Stones. It's insane. So I ended up getting my hands on this 6-star Volcanos that I'm running right now. So lucky. So lucky. Oops. Well, actually, that's worked. That's what I wanted to do anyway, but I clicked that so fast that okay. Let's swap health and attack Embreeze. Now we can kill him once, and then we can kill him all over again with Siegfrund. There we go. I'll show you the gear really quickly. I always get comments. Ash, please show the gear of the champions that you use. So I'll quickly go through the champions that we use the majority of this video and show you what gear I'm using on them after this battle. So we reset the abilities. We're going to speed boost into Siegfrund. The only problem here, though, is he has no increased attack. What I'm going to do in this situation is I'm actually just going to get on his A2. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 25%. Now, I'm hoping for, you know, 3 critical hits here, so a 75% turn meter, and we ended up getting 4. So beautiful. He goes again, and now look at the health on Crixia. We can pop her off and do some really nice damage. You can't one-shot Star Sage. And then we switch forms, obviously, with Nice. Now, when you're going against Nice, it's really never over. So we're going to avoid Nice with his counterattack. They're going to come in and revive anyway. It's very tempting to switch forms here and not go into the counterattack, but it wouldn't be the right choice. We're going to A1, take the counterattack, because we're going to need that revive more than likely. All right, go in with the AoE. We get a kill there. Fantastic. He has block damage on, or he had block damage on him, so I don't have to worry so much about the counterattack. I would love to go in there and remove these debuffs, but I just do not want to incur the wrath of Nice. So I think the right move to do here, honestly, is just A1 and keep Lazarius in his base form, because I could get the kill. Now we'll switch and remove all these buffs. Block active skills on everybody. Let's fill that turn meter again, and we'll take the shot from Nice. And again, we get the block damage procced off his passive. We talked about this at the beginning. And now we can go in. This is a 3-turn cooldown, by the way, on this passive. We can go in and we can just burn the A1. We could have used the A2 to get a little bit of turn meter back. He's going to revive the frickin' Reviver. Fantastic. We are going to go ahead and switch forms here. I shouldn't have switched forms because I wanted to revive with... I can't revive, excuse me, with Star Sage, but we're still in a good spot, so we'll be fine. He's stunned right now by Star Sage, so now we can go in, remove block active skills. Now we can switch forms. Now we can get our proper revive on Crixia, who, for the most part, her work is done anyway. And then we can end it with a Rage of Nephilim. There we go. A little showcase there, man. I love this champion. The cool thing about Star Sage is a little secret, a little trick for you guys who watched until the end of the video here for the most part is the nasty thing about Siegfrund is, sure, he's a beast mode in this sort of gear, but he's a beast mode even in like mediocre gear. Like, he's really one of those champions that genuinely hits like a truck. So yes, I mean, obviously he's built incredibly here and he's fully empowered and awakened, but he can change your account even without any of that stuff. He truly can. Really quickly on the champions that we just used, just so you can see how I have them built. We have Lazarius in a hodgepodge of speed gear, basically. He's at 470 speed. We have Star Sage in Relentless in Stone Skin at 373 speed. I'm actually thinking about slowing Star Sage down. I'm thinking about swapping the Hollowed Hilt out in exchange for the Zibia's Servitude, which honestly, I haven't really chosen a champion who to wear this yet. It's really good, and I actually have two of them, but I miss having all that speed, you know? I have Crixia with a wand at 428 rather speed, but most importantly, she has the Fabian build, the supersonic gear with the temporal chains at 6 stars, so she can cut in line. I have my Carnage in Swift Parry and Stone Skin, pretty fast at 328. His damage is really good at 67 and 258, considering I have him in crit rate on the gauntlets, actually. Volcanos, I have him in Stone Skin and 4-piece Pinpoint. See the stats there. I have the Skull of Treason with the Incinerate blessing. And then Nell, I have Lethal Dose, and I already talked about her build, Pinpoint and Stone Skin. And then I have Marichka in Relentless in Stone Skin. And then I have a Aspect of Suroth on her. I have a Hollowed Hilt on my Siphi. And I have her at 427 speed. And then last but not least, I have my Marius in Lethal in Stone Skin. I have him at 305 speed. Not the highest defense in the world, honestly. I like my Marius build, but I feel like it can still do better. I have him with Crushing Rend at a 6-star right now. And those are the masteries. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you vote on my community tab poll. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.